Welcome back to the Morning Blend. Summer's going to look a lot different this year. Most things are canceled, like State Fair, postponed, or at least scaled back. For many kids, having a mentor will be more important than ever. So how can we keep mentoring alive? LaNelle Ramey, the executive director of Mentor Greater Milwaukee, joins us with more. Welcome back, LaNelle.
Well, thanks for having me. Appreciate it. Good to be here.
Good to have you joining us. Thank you so much. Let's talk about mentoring and why you think it's important, maybe especially in the summer.
Well, first of all, we really feel at Mentor Greater Milwaukee that mentoring is a basic need in life, in particular for young people. As we're going through this pandemic as a country and as a world, sometimes our young people need that much more encouragement. They need that much more support. They need someone who they can really lean on to kind of talk what they're feeling and experiencing during this difficult time. And we truly believe that a caring adult who's a mentor can help provide that necessary relief for a young person during this trying time.
Yeah, I think that's such an important point that you bring up. What about the availability of virtual mentoring opportunities? Because it seems like that's how the world is working right now.
And that's just it, right? Like we've now moved into this new space. It's funny because literally, 6 months ago, young people we said was always on technology, and that it should be an easy transition. But the truth is, they earn and yearn, I think, for physical contact as well. However, but virtual is the safest way to be involved in a young person's life. And the use of virtual is how do you communicate messages of love to them and messages of encouragement and messages of support. So whether you're using a regular FaceTime app like we're using, whether you set up a Zoom account for a young person and allow them to use Zoom with you, we think technology is the way to go right now and to be a part of a young person's life through inspiration as well as through face-to-face contact.
It's such a great point that you make, and I think using the social distancing guidelines, taking those safety precautions, using the recommendations as it relates to mentoring, I'm sure that you feel it's important that mentors follow those things so that they can keep the connections they have with kids.
And it's absolutely important that every mentor that's a part of an organization look at their organization's policies and procedures to understand what is allowable and what we can do right now. I mean, in these times, it's so important to be safe at all times. So even if you figure out ways to be creative and say meet for a bike ride or a walk, are you wearing your mask? Are you following social distancing? It's still critical to be very, very creative during this time in order to ensure that young people still know that someone is there that they can lean on. I mean, doing a drive-by, for example, to some of our mentees' homes, just a wave to say, hey, I'm still a phone call away. I'm still a text away. I'm still a Facebook messenger away. It's still critical in what we do when we serve our young people.
Yeah, and walking is great. You can maintain, appropriate distance. Bike rides, I think, are good ideas too. How
Yes, absolutely.
important, Linnell, do you think are those check-ins and those checkups?
Those check-ins and checkups are more important now than ever before. When you think about, in particular, let's say our young people who are transitioning, say, out of high school, and they have lost a big chunk of what they were looking forward to, it's important to stay with them through words of encouragement because some of them are really going through a hard time and difficult time, not being able to walk across the stage, not having prom, not having their senior trip. Those little things have impacted their lives. So those check-ins, just moments of quotes. I check in with some of the young men that I've had the opportunity to mentor for the last several years, just to say, hey, how are you doing? How are you holding up? And the truth is, some respond, some don't. But I stay consistent, and that's critical for mentors to stay consistent in your messaging and your message of love to young people because they need to hear that, even if they don't respond. The fact that you checked in with them, I think, goes deep and helps kind of build a root for them that my mentor will always be here for me, even in these difficult times.
So consistency is obviously important. I think you make a great point about it. I also think being positive is key and
Absolutely.
sharing good news about life, not falsely or fake positive, but finding the joy, finding the good stuff and sharing it.
Because at the end of the day, during this pandemic, we all are dealing with some sort of struggle. But you have to talk about how you're enduring, how you're getting through, what are some of the fun things you're doing in your home and in your life. And then you have to transfer that positive energy and that positive vibe onto our young people. I mean, we're in a crazy time right now throughout our entire country, but our young people need to be uplifted and really share some type of goodness that they can take with them so they move into the next day or the next week or the next month, understanding that they should still be establishing goals for themselves. They should still be establishing the next steps in their life. And remember that they can be great and they will be great with the support of their mentor. But we can't stick within the negativity only that we see. We have to kind of be the force that pushes positive energy to our young people so they take that positive energy and move forward in life.
I love it. I love your message, LaNelle. I love
Thank you.
your positivity, your attitude and outlook is fantastic. So how can people learn more about becoming a mentor? Because there are going to be so many kids who need it.
Absolutely. People can go to MilwaukeeMentor.com. They can select on Become a Mentor, put in some very simple demographics, and what they'll see is all the phenomenal programs throughout our greater Milwaukee area that are still taking on mentoring and serving young people. And it doesn't take a lot. There's still, like you said, virtual group mentoring, there's one-on-one mentoring virtually. There's a lot of opportunity for people, and there's a host of awesome organizations throughout our greater Milwaukee area that are doing mentoring. So go to MilwaukeeMentor.com, select Become a Mentor, and you can learn how to be a mentor today.
Perfect. Thanks for your time. Appreciate it. Have a good weekend.
You too. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, stay safe too. Here's a phone number also, 414-908-1081 or MilwaukeeMentor.com.